Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Hold on to your hats because what's buzzing around the NFL right now could be a game changer for the Giants. There's a lot of chatter about a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the Giants' franchise trajectory. And no, I'm not talking about just any quarterback. I'm talking about C.J. Stroud, the young phenom from the Houston Texans. The rumors are swirling, fueled by league insiders like Adam Schefter, that the Texans, sitting at 6'4" but with a cap space of around $18 million, might be open to trading Stroud. And if you're a Giants fan, you know how exciting that prospect is. The Texans, despite their solid record, are in a bit of a cap crunch, especially with their focus on extending players like linebacker Will Anderson Jr., whose upcoming extension could hit them with a $180 million cap hit. They're prioritizing bolstering their front seven to fix their pass rush, which has been inconsistent this season. But here's where it gets interesting. The Texans are reportedly willing to part ways with Stroud in exchange for a first-round pick in 2026 and a second-rounder in 2027. That's a hefty price, but one that could pay off big time if Stroud continues to develop and proves he's a franchise QB. Meanwhile, in New York, the Giants are sitting at 2-8 with about $22 million in cap space, and they're clearly in rebuild mode. They're desperate for a legit quarterback to elevate the offense, especially after Daniel Jones's injury history and the ongoing concussion issues with Tyrod Taylor. Stroud, who's only in his second year, has shown flashes of brilliance that make him a perfect fit for what the Giants need right now. He's a pocket passer with a quick release, and his deep accuracy is something that could turn this offense into a real threat. In 2025, he's already thrown for over 450 yards in just 10 games, completing 68.4% of his passes, averaging 245 yards per game, with 18 touchdowns and just 7 interceptions. His passer rating of 95.2 and his career totals of over 200 yards and 38 touchdowns show he's got the potential to be a game changer. What makes him even more appealing? His minimal injuries this season, just a minor ankle issue that kept him out for a game, and his pocket time of around 2.9 seconds. That's a quick trigger, ideal for the Giants' offensive system. The main reason for the Texans' willingness to trade him is their focus on the front seven. They're allocating $25 million to extend Will Anderson, aiming to fix their pass rush by signing him long-term. They've already invested heavily in their front, with a cap hit of around $180 million, and are prioritizing pass rushers like Anderson to get after the quarterback. For the Giants, acquiring Stroud would be a seismic shift. His deep passing ability, averaging 12.5 yards per attempt, and his ability to make throws under pressure could be the spark that ignites their offense. The team's current passing attack, which averages about 7.2 yards per attempt allowed by NFC East defenses, desperately needs an upgrade. Stroud's deep accuracy, combined with his ability to extend plays and hit targets downfield, could turn the Giants into a high-powered offense that defenses in the NFC East aren't prepared for. Analytically speaking, if the Giants land Stroud, we're talking about an increase of around 3.0 passing yards this season, bringing their total passing yards well over 6.0. That would push their offensive production from an average of 18.4 points per game to over 25, making them a real threat in the second half of the season. Their third down conversion rate, which currently hovers around 31%, could see a jump to 51%, transforming their offensive efficiency and keeping their defense off the field longer. This kind of sustained offensive drive ability is exactly what the Giants need to turn close games into wins, especially against division rivals like the Eagles, Cowboys, and Washington Commanders. On the defensive side, a more potent offense means less pressure on the defense, allowing them to play more aggressively and with less fatigue. The Giants' defense, which has been giving up around 29.3 points per game, could see that number drop to the low 20s, creating a more balanced team that can compete with anyone. And let's not forget, With the offense moving the ball more effectively, the Giants' ground game could also improve. Their rushing yards per game, currently around 110, could jump to 140 or more as the team sustains drives longer and keeps defenses honest. Now let's talk about the playoff implications. If the Giants manage to land Stroud, their odds of making a deep playoff run increase dramatically. Bookmakers have been skeptical with Super Bowl odds at plus 15-0, but with Stroud, those odds could plummet to plus 4-0 or better. That's a game changer. His presence would make the Giants a true contender, especially in a league where a hot quarterback can carry a team through tough playoff matchups. Think about the impact a young, talented quarterback like Stroud could have in high-pressure situations. His performance against top-tier defenses, like the Chiefs in 2024 where he threw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, shows he can step up when it counts. This potential trade also echoes historic QB moves like Matthew Stafford's trade to the Rams, which transformed that franchise and led them to a Super Bowl victory. If the Giants pull this off, it could be the beginning of a new era, a rebuild that turns into a dynasty. The NFC East, long dominated by the Eagles and Cowboys, could see the Giants rising to the top with a quarterback of Stroud's caliber leading the charge. His ability to elevate the team's win percentage against division foes, boosting NFC East wins from 20% to around 50%, could be the difference maker in clinching a playoff spot and making a serious run. Of course, nothing is guaranteed in the NFL, and there are always questions about how a young quarterback adapts to the NFL's speed and complexity. But Stroud's skill set, combined with the Giants' rebuilding efforts, could set the stage for a new chapter in the franchise's history. The team has been building steadily with young players and draft picks, and adding a talent like Stroud could accelerate that process, bringing stability and excitement to the fan base. The hope is that this move would not only make the Giants more competitive in 2024, but also set them up for sustained success for years to come. So fans, keep an eye on this situation. It's one of those rare moments where a franchise pivot could happen, and if it does, it would be one of the most exciting developments in recent Giants history. The possibility of pairing Stroud with the right supporting cast, fixing the offensive line, and unleashing his deep ball skills could turn the Giants into one of the most feared teams in the NFC. And all of us, as passionate fans, know how much a legendary quarterback can change everything. Remember, this isn't just about one trade, it's about the future of the franchise, about building a team that can contend for a Super Bowl again. The Giants have the cap space, the draft capital, and the desire to make a splash. If they pull the trigger on a deal for Stroud, it could be the start of something special, a new era that brings excitement, success, and maybe even a Lombardi trophy back to MetLife Stadium. The NFC East is about to get a whole lot more interesting, and Giants fans, you're about to witness a potential turning point. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over, and I promise you won't want to miss what's coming next. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Giants' front office is surely monitoring every move in Houston. If they see a real possibility of acquiring Stroud, you can bet they're preparing to make a push. It's not just about filling a gap at quarterback, but about transforming the entire offense. Imagine a scenario where the Giants' passing game, powered by Stroud's strong arm and deep accuracy, becomes one of the league's best. That would elevate the team's confidence, allowing them to attack defenses vertically and open up more options for Saquon Barkley and the rest of the offense. And let's not forget the emotional boost for the team and fans alike. A new franchise quarterback ignites hope and excitement, especially for a fan base that's been waiting for a true leader at the position for years. If the Giants pull off this trade, it could mark the beginning of a new chapter, one where the team's identity shifts from rebuilding to contending. The players would rally around a young, talented quarterback with the ability to inspire and elevate everyone around him. In the end, this potential move hinges on several factors: the Texans' willingness to trade, the Giants' readiness to make a bold move, and how well Stroud adapts to the NFL's pace. But if history teaches us anything, it's that sometimes the boldest moves lead to the greatest rewards. The Giants have a chance to jump ahead of their rivals, to position themselves as serious contenders in the NFC, and to give their passionate fan base something to believe in once again. So stay tuned, Giants fans. The coming weeks could be one of the most exciting periods in recent franchise history. A trade for Stroud could be the catalyst that propels the Giants back into the spotlight, into the playoffs, and maybe, just maybe, into another Super Bowl run. This is what we've been waiting for, a chance to see our team rise, to see a young quarterback lead us to glory, and to witness a new era that fans will remember for generations. The future is bright, and it could start with a bold move that changes everything. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the New York Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news.